Welcome to Back to School Night. This is for science exploration. I am your child's elective teacher for this trimester. They will have a different teacher in the next trimesters, but this should get you going for the year. My name is Shannon Dalcerri-Wells. I go by Mrs. Wells, and you can contact me through Otis, through email, or you could use a Google Voice, my Google Voice number, 530-492-5558. So a little bit about me. I grew up in Lompoc, California, which is in Santa Barbara County, and I got my bachelor's degree in business administration from Chico. And then I worked for a while, and then I got a teaching credential from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And I just this past year went and got an administrative credential. I went back to school. So just in June, I received my credential, which was, it's exciting. And then I've lived here in Placer County for 16 years. I came up and started teaching here at Roseville City School District. And this is my 21st year of teaching. So before I was teaching for Roseville City, I taught in pastorables. And most of my career, I've taught elementary school. I've taught fourth grade for years and years and years. And I've taught third grade and fifth grade. And last year was my first year at Chilton. And I absolutely loved it. And I know that your child is going to love being a student at Chilton. There, for science exploration, some supplies that are really handy is paper. Actually, plain paper is really helpful in this class, binder paper. And then to have some kinds of definitely like colored pencils or markers, whatever kind of medium they like to use. We're going to do some journaling, some nature journaling. So whatever they like to use for colors, that would be great. And then it's nice to have whiteboard markers, and a whiteboard was provided to your child. It's a sheet protector with a piece of cardstock in it, and they can write on that with a whiteboard marker and erase it easily with like a rag, or a old sock works really well. And a ruler comes in handy for science exploration. So that would be nice to have. And if they have one, it's good to have the metric system on it, have the centimeters on it. So expectations, your child's going to learn a lot in science exploration. It's a fun class, just exploring different genres, I guess, of science or disciplines of science. And I will be taking attendance. So your child is expected to come to class every day. So if your child's going to miss science exploration, you do need to call the office and let them know that your child's absent for either part of the day or the whole day. There will be work that needs to be completed, grades will be given, and daily student engagement is expected. For grading, you'll get more information on grading later. I don't want to overburden you with so much new information, but I'll just give you a little snapshot, tell you a little bit about how grading works here at Chilton. Academic grades are broken into two categories. We have the academic content first. The academic content would be like their grade for science exploration. And summative scores are like tests or projects, and those scores go to the final grade for the trimester. There's more formative scores, and formative scores are also posted in Otis for you to see. And formative scores inform us. They inform me on how your child's doing. And so I can base my instruction on these formative assessments. They also let the child know and let you know how they're coming along. Like I mentioned, some examples would be tests and quizzes and projects. They won't have math packet pages in science exploration. Sorry, I left that in. I also teach math and science. But they might have some labs. So those things would be graded. So those are the academic grades. Now there's also behavior grades, learning behavior grades. And those are reported as being consistent or sometimes or rarely. And there are two different grades for learning behavior. It's engagement and also work completion. Again, you'll get more information about grading later in the trimester. But if you have any questions, you can let me know. The daily schedule. So on Mondays, your child needs to be in class at 1:18. They need to be logged on, ready to go. And school will get out at 1:53. I'll be their last class. And then for the next few weeks, Tuesdays through Fridays, class will begin at 2:21. And that's when I expect them to be online at 2:21. And school gets out at 3:14. Soon, we're going to start the day with an intervention period. So school will still start at 9:05, but the times of each period will change, and we'll let you know that new schedule when we get to it. But school will still get out at 3:14. So the beginning time and the end time's the same. That won't change. So whole class live instruction is going to be approximately the first 20 minutes of class. And then I will either have your students break up into small groups, or they will be working independently for the rest of the period. And then often we'll get back together at the very end of the period so we can touch base and just see how the day went. And I can answer any questions. Daily classroom expectations, it's always good to start the day with a breakfast and show up to class ready to learn with all the materials that they need for the day. And they need to log into Otis first thing, and then check the classroom announcements and get prepared for the live instruction, get onto that Zoom link. They log into Zoom meetings, the live instruction. They need to do that on time. Attendance will be taken. And they can find those links in Otis. I put mine under announcements, so they can find the links there. They can also find it through the calendar. I'll show them how to find it in calendar, because that might be the same for all their teachers. But it's easiest to go to announcements and go to our class board, go to announcements, and just click that link. Students are expected to mute their mics unless they're speaking or asked a question during our chats. And when entering class, they need to immediately begin working on the assignment that's being shared on the screen. I'll be sharing my screen when they come in and they enter the meeting, and whatever's mentioned on that screen is what they should begin working on while I take roll and touch base with everyone. We expect students to participate in class, have a good time. This is new for all of us. So, it's good to take risks, learn from our mistakes, and especially show grace to ourselves and to others during this time of our new distance learning. Some other tips that are helpful. Charging our computers and our devices at night so they're ready to go in the morning. Show up to class following the school dress code. No jammies this time. So following the school dress code, get a good night's sleep, stay hydrated. If feeling tired or stiff, it's absolutely okay for your child to get up, stand up during class. I don't mind at all. They can move around a little. Their mic is off if they need to do some jumping jacks, anything to help them stay engaged is fine with me. They need to mute their mic unless they are speaking. Being positive during this time is so important. So if we're going to speak during class, we need to be mindful and respectful of others. And then, of course, if we finish early, we need to push ourselves, practice more problems, be creative, and go above and beyond what's expected. We owe it to ourselves to reach to our full potential. All communication is going to be through Otis this year. So if you need to get a hold of me, send me a message through Otis. Sorry, I'm not used to talking so much. And you could also give me a call on that Google Voice number. And your students can do the same thing. They just need to know that they need to give 24 hours for their teachers to get back to them. It's usually way before that. Sorry again. So contacting me if you want to set up a meeting with me, or if your child wants to set up a meeting with me. My preferred times are 8:30 in the morning and 3:30 in the afternoon. And but they do need to contact me to schedule a time, and then I will send them a link, or send you a link, and for a meeting. I'd love for you to follow us on Instagram. We have a Chilton 6th grade page, and it's Chilton_6th_grade. And it's just a way to share what's going on and all the fun we're having in math and science and our electives. So if you have any questions or concerns, please send me a message, and I'm here to help you out, and I'm ready to have a great year and get to know your children.